Rocco, Rocco, our favorite rock. Rocco, 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 our favorite rock. Rocco, 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 our favorite rock.
You like that?
It's so simple, but I always get
I should make more. I'm lazy. I know though, most you just pick one and you stick with it. I guess if I was a good YouTuber, but
yeah, it's fine. Variety is the spice o' life, and you got
Pepsi's
a
back.
nice spread.
They didn't have Pepsi last week when I was at the grocery store.
Oof.
Which was the one I get, the caffeine free.
Oh, okay, alrighty. But yeah, how you been, Dan?
Oh, great. So
Great.
I enjoyed it was fun to talk to Gary, a real banking analyst. All these SoFi people just decide that his opinions suck because he didn't exactly know what Galileo does, but he understands the business. So
I mean,
it's all right. People buy Palantir and they don't really know what it does. So
analyzing a company's profile as far as like line items, when it comes to how they get their income or what their balance sheet looks like, like that. No, don't worry about it.
Why are you complicating things?
Yeah,
Why you complicate things?
I'm complicating things too much apparently.
June.
What
is LMNO? That must be an acronym for something.
It's either that or just type in the alphabet roughly somewhere in the middle ish.
Yeah. So what a freaking last 2 days.
Yeah. Meme stonks, they're back, baby.
Part of me was thinking too, as soon as he tweeted the Keith Gill tweet, I should bring it up. So as soon as he tweeted that, I was like, is this time? Like, oh my God, are we back? Like, are we back? And apparently, yes, kind of, sort of like back. I mean, if this is all that it was these last 2 days, I mean, this is not 2021. My God, 2021, you're watching GameStop bounce. The chart was bouncing $50 back and forth every like 15 seconds. I was watching it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. So you buy it and you have no idea what it's going to actually fill at because the price bounced so crazy. And then you try and sell it, and then Schwab's like, you got to stop. You can't buy and sell things 8 times. You degenerate patent trader or whatever.
It's sure is funny.
It's all right. You just get grounded for a little while. It's okay. It's like Schwab's like, yes, you're on probation now. I'm like, okay, Dad. Thanks, Papa Schwab. I promise I won't do it again for a few weeks, but so okay, let's see.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing is that at least Bed Bath and Beyond isn't around for the meme stonk rally because they already died.
I was in was that during the GameStop? Because what I remember is I was in New Hampshire at the beach. So I was looking at some of this when Bed Bath & Beyond ripped. And it was funny because Bed Bath & Beyond was what, BBW?
Yeah, I want to say so.
So, but then I looked, BW ripped, BBW ripped, and BBBW all had like crazy. Obviously, the real one went more, but so they all, I think one of them was Best Buy.
Yes.
And one of them was some random penny stock. They all had like amazing days because people were so excited they didn't know what ticker they were buying. It's funny. So
it was shoot. There was also the during the Pandy Wendy trying to not get you demonetized. The Zoom debacle. There was like ZM and then like ZOOM or something like that. One of them was not the Zoom everybody thinks of.
This is just wild though, because like he
it's
did
all
not.
Yeah.
He was not this active during the original the GameStop era. Like, this is nuts. Like, some people are theorizing, like, did he sell his account or did his account get hacked and stolen or something?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's his account. And and it's blue check marked. So, and you
Mhm.
can't sell your account. I don't think that's allowed in the terms of service. So, I mean, we have to believe this is him.
Yep.
This is just wild. Like, look at all every time you think he's done, it's like, oh my god, there's another one. More, 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 more. Jesus.
It was
Do you think he's
is
just some rich dude now and he just because he made like $40 million from the
if
original GameStop? Is he just
if it's
bored now?
it's him just trolling or
Or troll? Yeah,
yeah.
like
There was also someone else that was theorizing that that original like the thing that set it off right there. There was another Twitter account that like also had the exact same setup and referenced AMC directly, or was it GameStop? I can't remember which
yeah.
one. Yeah,
It
like
just so out of the blue and I'm just in awe of the fact that because I remember watching his GameStop content before GameStop.
mhm,
No, I
yeah,
didn't like not every second, but I was aware of it.
yep,
Um, I thought this is a smart guy. Like
mhm,
and this like he found his play, he went in and he
yep,
won. And then the important thing, he got out. So like, amazing performance. If that's it. If he, maybe he just still trades a little bit here and there, but he secured the bag, right?
yep.
So, but like the reach, like the ability of this man, I'm in awe. He put this stupid meme out. 25 million people viewed it. Like think of the power of this. Like this dude can move markets. That's just amazing. Like whether you think that's a good or bad thing. And I see all the, there's people that go on CNBC and say he needs to like come out and be public and all this bullshit. I'm like, look, Bill Ackman, and they're saying like this should be a crime or should be investigated. I'm like, Bill Ackman literally went on CNBC and was talking about how he was afraid hotels were going to close while he had an investment in hotels. So he's talking one way and he's behind the scenes investing on the other way to profit from the hotel, hotels getting obliterated during lockdown.
Yeah.
He kind of pushed that in an interview and then he bought the damn hotels behind the scenes when no one was watching. Good for him, but I mean,
Mhm.
like, come on, like Roaring, he hasn't done anything close to that anyone's ever said. He liked a stock and he bought it, and a lot of people followed him. So um, there's no indication he's in this. I mean, none of this is actually saying GameStop. People are like, this is wrong. I'm like, there's literally nothing here telling you to do anything. I don't know what you would say he did as a crime. This is all just a bunch of memes. Like, there's nothing in here saying anything about GameStop.
Yeah,
I
no,
haven't seen any
no
reference to
buy,
GameStop or
sell. Yeah,
AMC in any of these memes. What would you go after him for? Um, I don't know. It's just
no.
fascinating to watch this, but
Besides that, like I would like to think that a lot of the proper funds have already accounted for something like this out happening, and like, oh well, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah. So when it comes to AMC and GME, are you messing around at all? I'm not. I'm just
Well, I
sitting
said
on the
this morning,
sidelines.
I had a brief idea this morning. I didn't do anything today. So I thought I'm like I was just I've been busy all day. It's just like
Mhm.
sometimes life gets in the way and you just gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Don't FOMO into stuff. I didn't have time to look at anything today. It was like kid stuff, work, more kid stuff, errands. I just got home like 30 minutes ago. So some
Mhm.
days it doesn't work out for you, but like I think I messaged, I was like, this morning I'm like short the shares of AMC and then use that money to buy hood stock. But I had no time to think about anything, so who knows? But obviously the risks of shorting stock, especially one that's probably in such demand as this, your broker can just pull the shares back from you because you're borrowing them and they can retract them if they want,
Yep.
charge you higher rates. So yeah, it was just kind of a funny thing to think about. So I didn't do anything today.
Yeah.
Um,
And the only thing I did today was
I was entertained. Does that count? So
no, for sure. Yeah, same here. I just all I did was fully size out one position, probably a longer term hold, and just fill.
look at this garbage, man. It did not hold. The stock is
Well,
such a piece of junk. I mean, we all know this by now. Is anyone
yeah,
not aware?
yeah, because they dumped how many?
AMC The company knows the garbage. It's garbage. Everyone
Yeah.
knows this. There's nothing about this. They might as well just be a holding company at this point.
Mm.
Just give up on the whole idea of being a movie theater company. Just be a holding company. Just take, when you do meme rips, you issue equity and then you take the cash and then you do something interesting with the cash to be like attention seeking. I mean, like, I don't know what they do because movie theater business is kind of a shitty business. So, but they bought like a gold miner at one point. The CEO knows exactly what he is and he's here for it. So they issued shares. Where is it? They were all ready for this.
Yep.
They were all set. As soon as it hit, boom, issue. So
Yeah, if only Bed Bath and Beyond were still around for this.
and then you had Dave
Oh
Portnoy
yeah, good old
going into the
Portnoy.
fray yesterday, which if he had sold today, he would have made pretty good killing on those investments. But I don't think that's what he does. So he threw like what, $500,000 in one and 250 in the other, I think. So I know he bought $500,000 of AMC. He said, and I think he said 250,000 of GameStop, or maybe 500,000. But I love Dave Portnoy. Love it. He's just like unfiltered, doesn't care, like just enjoying his life. Like I love watching it. So who's always jealous of Portnoy, which it always amuses me. Ross Gerber cannot stand Dave Portnoy.
Really? I wasn't
Can't
aware
stand
of
him.
this drama.
Whenever Portnoy does something, Ross Gerber's always got to put his 2 cents in about it. And it's like, dude, at least Portnoy embraces who he is. Ross Gerber wants to pretend that he's like something higher level. He's no better than Dave Portnoy. He pumps garbage on investors. How about he runs a shitty ETF that loses money, that's lost money for investors? He's a fake Tesla shill, apparently, or he can't decide if he does or doesn't want to be a Tesla shill. He's just a greasy slime ball. But like Portnoy is who he is. I mean, there's nothing hot hidden here. So it's just funny when Ross Gerber thinks he's got his shot. If Portnoy does something kind of silly, and then he'll like tweet at him. It's like, get out of here, Ross. Oh, God.
That's kind of like Portnoy's shtick, isn't it? Like,
And he's really freaking successful. Like
Yeah.
he sold his business and then he bought it. He sold his business for hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he bought it back for like $1. Like legendary. He's just by that. He's the greatest investor like ever almost. Just by like that, his rate of return on Barstool.
Yep.
I'll sell you something for 100 mil and then you're going to give it back to me for $1.
That was a great trade.
Yeah.
Hindsight, more or less.
But Penn Gaming, botched. I think they didn't realize the trouble they'd get in with the gaming commissions, which I don't know why maybe just nothing was going good for them. And oh well.
Yep.
So there's that. What else we got here? Oh yeah, you can't. Here's here. Okay, some people made money. More people got wrecked. Right. That's how this stuff works. For every guy that made a shitload of money, 2,500% green, amazing trade. For every one of those guys, there's probably hundreds and hundreds of people that did this, right? This morning, they thought, the ride was just starting. This was a movement, gravy train, and boom, devastation,
At least they go with the FIFO cost basis.
What's even worse, though, he sell calls.
Yeah. Yep.
God, if there's anything I could end, this whole idea of farming premium, I wish would just die. I can't stand it. Like all these YouTubers think that they've broken the wheel or they've cracked the system. All you gotta do is sell contracts, bro. Collect premium. That's all you do. That's all investing is. You become the casino, Bacon. Become the casino. Collect the premium. Whatever happens, you win, right? It's just lunacy, and like we've seen people get wrecked by it. Paul. So.
Oh yeah. At least this person's if it is true, and they said it was covered, at least all they did was like cap their upside.
It's just you lose decision making ability.
Yeah.
If you just bought the contracts, your downside is 0. with here it's unlimited. The losses are whatever, infinite, right? Unless you actually own the stock, then
Yeah.
your losses are just what your stock is. But
Mhm.
like a lot of somebody had a great comment here. I think it was this one. When they say picking up pennies in front of a freight train, they're talking about this guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
when I look at these people trying to do these selling contracts, this is what I think they're doing. That pretty much this is what I think of. They're picking up pennies at the risk of being obliterated by the markets. That's what you're doing. You're putting out so much risk out there on the market with these contracts, and I never see that the premium's worth it. And then you're taking decision making ability away from yourself.
Mhm.
Because now you make this decision, you sell a contract, you have now ended your decision making for whatever the term of that contract is, right?
Yeah.
So you are like if you go a year out, okay, you are making a decision on that stock for a whole year with the information you have right now. I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you take decision making ability away from your investing? I think that is just in my whole life. If you take decision making away from me in any shape or form, I don't want any part of it in any investments. So like house hack, like you can't decide to get out of it. I'm out. And there's other investments in real estate I've seen where I think it's Fundrise. You give them the money, but again, you can't to say no and get your money back. You're talking like drawn out process. So if I lose control, I'm not interested really in whatever you want to sell me. So holy shit.
What's up?
50 people are watching.
Hey, the
50
number. It
people.
goes up. It goes up.
Wow. Good God. That's a
Congratulations.
record.
Oh,
Oh my
you
God.
earn it though, Dan. You earn it for
50
sure.
people. Very impressed. Wow. I think the first time I was on, it was like 4 people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, hey, like it was bound to happen. Like surprisingly, whenever I do content, like I'm just amazed that anyone bothers to view it when I go solo. So kudos to you. It's
okay. So
just natural.
look at the volume. I can't, it's hard to see because it's, okay, let me,
Yep.
so this is
That's
GameStop
better.
volume.
Yep.
Look at today. Yum. God, so now, like, I know what everyone's thinking. Okay, it's over, obviously, because I saw that AMC went down and GameStop flatlined. So obviously, now's my time to shine and short this shit and make tendies. I was like, okay, go have fun. Get rich or die trying, people. You want to
That's
go try? I mean, have fun.
risky
Maybe you make
proposition.
some money. But if you're looking at an upside of 20-30% on something where you could lose all your money, like I think you need to think about risk adjusted return. I don't think some of these shorts or put ideas make sense in a situation like this. The risk return, bad idea. So, but someone's going to tell me that they made a shitload of money shorting it tomorrow. So have fun.
Yeah.
We are here for it.
Yeah. I'll be on the sidelines comfortably with doing my own thing, not
It is
making
funny
as
though,
much
like
or losing as much.
they kind of took a lot of these for the ride too, right? So Virgin
Yeah.
Galactic,
Yep. Yep.
meme-ish in a certain amount of way. It's kind of
Mhm.
meme-ish. That ripped 20%. They yeah, it is kind of a meme. It's like a B plus meme stock, I would say. So, and then on the B plus side, you got like BlackBerry. Yep,
Yep.
12%. Cost. I remember all these from original. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Look at that.
Damn.
This was always the most interesting one that went for the ride during the game during the original meme rally.
Mhm.
GameStop. Costs some random audio company that's worth almost nothing. It just came part of this, and holy shit, unbelievable.
Oh, Tupperware. June says the hell.
BW, or no, what am I thinking of? Oh, you said it's gone, isn't it? Wait,
Yeah,
Tupperware?
Bed Bath. Apparently Tupperware. TUP. I think is a ticker.
Did Tupperware go for a spin?
Yeah, that's a jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, kind of.
that's a jump.
It's just so interesting. Why did all these run for? These all ran at the same time.
Yep.
But you know what? Good luck, people. I'm enjoying this. So. I have to say though, it is kind of interesting that I'm surprised Hood didn't go more. Like just today, I thought it would rip 10. This just shows day trade, movements of the market day by day, maybe. So I thought they'd have a solid 10% upside because people are just gonna whether right. So there's the there's the implication that it's going to do well because of all this meme trading, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a social arb type trade where it doesn't actually have to happen. It's just the impression that it will happen that could bring traders in to buy it. That's why I thought about this morning. I had no time, but yeah, I think people are nervous. This was interesting, like because everyone told you it was a blowout quarter that they had on earnings, and it got dunked kind of after earnings. And a lot of people kept swearing it was amazing earnings last quarter and so excited, and it just went down. And I think a lot of people did not understand, but it's not SoFi, but they're putting so much money out there to bring in customers. Their cost of acquisition has to lead to something that is risky. You have to factor if they can pull it off, I guess. Can they pull off creating, like Gary said, every bank wants an ecosystem. He said, and I brought it up to Gary Gordon. I'm like, every bank, lots of banks he's, talked to or, invest or analyzed, have thought of, we're going to create an ecosystem where we have all these products, customers come in and they use all our products. Right. So nobody's pulled it off really to a lot of degree. And then it's also a question of, do customers value that? Which is I think what people miss. Do customers value this, the creation of a financial ecosystem company? Because from what I've seen online, the answer is no. People have no problem finding the best deals and going with whoever gives them anything better. If this bank has the lowest credit card, you pick them. Then this one has the best interest rates on savings. And then you have another bank that has the freaking best mortgage rates. People don't have a problem doing that I've ever seen. So but they've added a new wrinkle though. The monthly cost, the $5 subscription is a new wrinkle to that though, because now you're making it a actual, they're providing these enhanced benefits, but then they're getting the subscription fee, which is what makes it interesting. And if they could scale it to a certain size, then they could obviously start increasing the cost, what they actually extract, right? So instead of 5, it could become like 7 and then $9.99. If there was implied value that customers would attach where they could raise the price. So, which is what Disney started doing. And that's why I like Disney as a trade. They got to the point where they could start raising the prices and it mattered. So I don't know. I don't hate Robinhood. It's just, it's a tough one. It's way more intriguing than SoFi. My God, this is actually
by
it's
default
interesting. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Is this over or do they rip again? Just when you think they're over, this thing could. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. Look, I mean, it might not be as big a jump as yesterday, but I don't think we're over. And then it could get flat, and then like 2 months go by, and all of a sudden it rips again. It's with these things you never know. But so I guess there's when people talk about this online, and then they go to the financials of these companies, it's like nobody's looking at the financials. That's not what this is about, right? Like, chill the F out. This is a movement thing. So there's that.
Yeah, good times.
All right. Who should we you want to make fun of Meet Kevin?
Sure, why not?
Or Ulta?
Ulta is compelling because the thumbnail implied also Becky stock. So I'm good with both. Either or.
Okay, hold on. Ooh. So we can talk about, I guess, 2 topics at the same time, really.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull it. So this was hilarious. So.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
This guy is a vice president at Rex Shares emails me directly. This is kind of off topic, to tell me, hey, I have products out there. He's not really telling me, it's not like it's saying come work for us, but like, people, this is weird. This is very weird. And I know this guy, he's probably gonna somehow find that I said this. I have no idea. It's not even in my thumbnail, but I know that they provide merch to people that talk about them. They'll just send you like t-shirts and hats and stuff. And then, certain people we know on Discord, they bring you to New York City for NASDAQ opening or whatever, closing. This is weird. Like, you just want me to randomly talk about your stock? Like, there's other YouTubers that have gotten this that I'm aware of, but just kind of cringy. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it just shows you, like, these people are salesmen. These ETF people, they're salesmen first, and then they're investors. Maybe if you're lucky, they're kind of investors. Number one, they're salespeople. All right, this is marketing. He's the vice president of the company, so he's probably a marketing guy, sales guy. He's probably not good at investing. That's not what he's there for. So he wants people to talk about his FEPI. I should do a FEPI review at some point, I suppose, but it won't be nice. You're not gonna like what I have to say about it. So.
It's hilarious because in the private chat for with StreamYard that I just shared, that I just realized like that person followed me on Twitter, and I don't have that much of a following on Twitter. It is, but like it was because it's the same guy. Scott, like his Twitter account is like Scott E. McKenna. Probably butchering the last name. What the hell is going on?
So this is the standard I would tell anybody watching. Almost 60 people, Jesus.
Yep.
Anybody that's a growth investor, or anybody that says they're a growth investor, the standard is SCHG to me. Because every time I see someone that says they're a growth investor, they can't beat SCHG. They can't. So there's your, like, so let's be more specific than just SPY, but it's just sad. Okay, value investors. Hell, let's put a value investor against SCHG. They get obliterated by it. It's an amazing investment. It's a big part of my factor investing portfolio. So Lincoln's all over it. And it's like it hits all the metrics you think that you want to invest in with a growth company. SCHG automatically does it for a very low fee. And it's great. It shouldn't be your whole portfolio though, because it's only like 200 stocks. So it's not broad. It is, as a growth investment, diversified, which is not the same as other investments. Less than an hour ago, I saw someone in chat saying he was going to YOLO into Faraday Future. What the hell is Faraday Future?
Probably another one of those meme stocks. I saw also that
SoFi up slightly. Yeah, I saw SoFi kind of did a little 7%, little meme-ish uptick today. So, hey, my UK Warren Buffett. So you've missed I hate to talk. So I don't normally talk about individual stocks too much, but so I made a significant buy into BTI like a month ago, and certain other people did too. They can talk about it if they want. So so far it's done very nice. So, and certain people have not liked it, which I don't understand, because when, like, I was aware of BTI, I had a very small amount, but when they wrote off the RJ Reynolds assets, that should have put that on everyone's radar, because that right there, that makes an interesting investment. So like a risky, like something that was a risk in before happened, the price of the stock adjusted to that reality happening. Now it's not, it's a different calculation. And when it was at 29, like 40, I think I bought it at like 29, 30 or 40. I'm like, this is an easy win now, because now you've taken risk off the table. The price went down, which gives you better upside. Now I thought it was a steal. So now here we are sitting today. I'm up 6-7% on the stock, and I got a 12% yield on cost.
Oh, I mean, very nice cost basis. Mine is not as good.
No,
but again, it should still work out.
Yeah. Oh, it could there's obviously a way it could work out very well.
Oh yeah, they're already showing signs
To
towards
it
that.
being an okay investment right now,
Yeah,
it could crank to an excellent investment if they do certain things.
yeah.
Companies got to do certain things though,
Hmm.
so that's the unknown. But he should be happy now a little
Yeah.
bit. So let's see what else here. Tupperware we already talked about.
Yep.
Ryan Dangler's here.
Hey, Ryan Dingler.
I'm not going to be part of that, so I will just watch. But my thing is like I will not interview someone that won't show their face. So if he doesn't want to show his face, I wouldn't be part of it, which I don't think he will because he's probably a coward New Jersey guy.
Ooh,
He sounds like he's from Jersey. So I'm
there
sure he
goes
won't
the
show
moving
his
bus.
face, typical. But I don't think he's a New Yorker. I mean, I could be wrong. All in Ulta. We'll
Yes.
talk about it.
We'll get talked about.
Gil's not here. Gil, I don't know why Gil. I guess he doesn't like me anymore. It's all right. He's been over everything. Man, he's commenting on everything he can, but he'll forget about me soon enough, I'm sure, and move on to the next hateful thing. So I don't know what was it when I said most people shouldn't touch options? Something set him off.
Yeah, so my suspicion is like he probably views you as hypocritical for saying that and then doing some options. But that being said, I think he might be missing the context of how little you put your money into those plays.
Like, he makes it think like this is like new stuff to strongman. Like
Yeah.
strongman's aware of like it's a small like when strongman says right 5% or less,
Hmm.
do whatever you want. Okay, there it is. It's part of my 5%, which honestly, it's like it's not that much to me. Like my speculating is very small part of total net worth. It's insignificant to Fabio. It's like a rounding error to Fabio. Some of this the if you hear like a degenerate thing Fabio does, it's a rounding error. It doesn't freaking matter. Like it's just entertainment.
Hmm.
But if it works out, right? But I think that's appropriate because like some of these shorts we've like, the worst case, and this is like Peter Lynch stuff. Worst case, you lose like 1,000 or 2,000. Best case, you make 10 grand. Those are the risks you could, are worth taking as an investor. Buying SoFi stock is not worth it. If I wanted to turn it, like you're not getting that type of return on SoFi. You're just not, but it could go to zero. And that's why in essence, I think it's a stupid ass freaking stock to buy, risk adjusted as a basis of investing. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So I don't know, like it's a small insignificant part. I'm indexing in like 4 different portfolios every week, every 2 weeks. I don't Gil is it's just nonsense. It's nonsense to be like so butthurt about something like this. But I don't understand. But we're good at it. Like, what's the complaint? But I still stand by like options is a tool. It's not an investing strategy. And that's the thing. These people online that kill me thinking, how many of these people have we seen come in? They're all showboaty. They say that they're options traders. All they do is options. They're geniuses. Eventually, they just disappear or they get wrecked, right? Usually they disappear because they get so obliterated at some point. We've seen them.
Yeah.
They come in, like a certain guy, Gabe. We think that he made a lot of options premium on Tesla during its original run. And then he thought he cracked the system and he started doing options full time and he got obliterated. So a lot of them, that's what they do. It's not an investing strategy. And we've seen some of them. The worst are the technical analysis day trader or options traders.
All right, so we're segueing day traders.
God. Dude, they're the worst. But yeah, we should. So I wanted the day trading scandal I saw.
Ooh, that's funny.
This isn't anything against Kelly, but she posted this, which appreciate her actually posting something like this, because if it's true. I mean, I'm not surprised. Recently learned someone who's been publicly claiming they're banking 1020K playing options has been lying, withholding massive losses, fabricating their portfolio. They're down hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're gambling addicts.
A bull market.
Shockers. A day trading options trader is a gambling addict. Who would have thought? So makes me wonder if these big trading accounts on X have similar stories. Yes, they probably do. They're probably all paper trading, or they're hiding their losses. So, but that's good that you put that out there. Boring. Hey, good for you. Double-digit return, which is, I think that's what SPY's returned on average the last 5 years, 13%.
Yeah.
But like, if you really think, I mean, I can look here. This is a famous, okay, go up here. So anybody, there's only really 2 studies that I'm aware of for day trading. There's this one called, people call it the Taiwan study. They looked at Taiwan. Then there's another one that looked at Brazil day trader or active traders. So that's, as far as I know, the only 2 studies. But they both say about the same thing. Our analysis makes it clear. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Prospective day traders should be appraised of the likelihood of success. Only 2 out of 10 make money. Fewer do so consistently. So basically, when you read this, it's like only 2 out of 10 made money. And of the ones that made money, only a small sliver of them made substantial money that you could even consider to live on. So some of those people, 2 out of 10, if they made any positive money, it was counted. So they're like, so it's even worse than you think. It's not 2 out of 10. Like, to actually live on day trading is even worse. It's probably like 0.5 out of 10 at best in this study. And so that's why they all sell courses, because you can't live on this. It's garbage. I don't believe any of them. All of them have YouTube revenue, courses, right? Subscriptions. That's what they do. They create this aura of day trading. So running a day trading system like that, yeah, you maybe probably make some good money because you got all these streams of income, but you're not making money from actually day trading. You're just creating this entertainment product for the public to consume, I guess. So, and the other thing I always like, this is what you want to do with your life. Like, you want to day trade effing stocks. No, heaven forbid you should be a CPA or an auditor or a lawyer or a CFO, have a trade like plumbing. No. Your job is day trading stocks. Like, that's it. That's all you want to do. Freaking boring. Like, what are you going to tell your kids someday? Ugh.
I want to sit in front of a computer with multiple screens and look at candlesticks all day.
It's so stupid. I don't understand. What is wrong with having a career? I still don't understand. What's so wrong about having a career? So there's always people like this. They want the easy out, right? They don't want to work. So they think they're just going to look at charts and draw shark patterns and shit and make money. And the truth is, there's going to be a very slim, very tiny amount of people that can actually do this. And honestly, those people probably get discovered by hedge funds in Wall Street, and they probably get brought in, to those companies, and you'll never hear from them. They're in the basement just killing it, making a lot of money for somebody, on Wall Street. They're not on YouTube. I seriously doubt they're on YouTube. People that are good at this stuff. So anyways, this was there was a brief study done about Robinhood users during lockdown. So it looked at exclusive Robinhood users, and most of them lose money. So yeah, shocker. There we go again. Day traders. They're probably just lying to you, and you can easily fabricate, returns. Show what you want.
So many ways.
I should like if I wanted to pretend, I could make fake, brokerage statements. You can just cut and paste stuff together, keep it kind of fuzzy. I could show you Excel spreadsheets that have nothing on them. I just put numbers there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
and even if
show
you
people whatever you want, whatever I want to make you believe, I could show you. That's why I don't show anything, because it's pointless.
Because the oldest trick in the book, even if you wanted to show brokerage statements, is old. It's so old and it's so simple. Have multiple brokerage accounts. Have one do one thing and the other one do the inverse. Because all it is just cost of goods sold at that point.
I have 3 I have 3 Schwab accounts. I could just move stuff between the 3 accounts, and then I hit portfolio performance of the one I want to show you.
Yeah. But not hard.
Like I could show you. So if I went, let me find it.
Now, while you're looking for it,
Go
everyone, be
ahead.
sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Dan Weston YouTube channel.
I was thinking of changing my name one
Oh,
more
again?
time.
Yeah. How about one account and one gap?
Is this real? I can't even show it. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure, why not?
I don't know if that's real. I
But
can't find anything today.
yeah, it's just a sad state of affairs, but yeah, it is what it is. Um, we all do what we can.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at all these people. I hate day traders the most because you can easily test using Z-test, see that they're bullshit. Oh, interesting. Z-test. So what's the Z-test? I don't really know much about day traders. I don't know anything about TA. Chart reading. I think it's all pointless astrology. So
They're
the chart reading, I understand like the bait, like you're trying to predict human activity based on like reading of charts. I'm sure they'll give me some big wordy. They always like to throw a bunch of big words in there when they talk about TA to make it sound like it's so much more important than it is. It's just drawing lines on charts. None of it's proven. Show me proof that any of it can perform. I've never seen any sort of study that technical analysis is more effective than just buying like the SPY or someone randomly. That's what I want to see. Someone picking stocks through TA compared to like a monkey just picking stocks off a board. Who's going to win? Because I bet you we probably know it's probably the monkey. So, okay.
yeah, there we go.
So the clown is back. So we have cost. He shorted Costco,
Yep.
lost money.
hmm
Then he shorted Tesla, and everyone thought he was a genius, even though if you actually compared the money he lost on the stock of Tesla with that short, he's still pathetic. So now we have this hidden in his group, people. Look at that. Not public. No. I don't know if you talk about this in a video. I honestly don't. Oh, look. Here we go. So Kevin's like created this new way of shorting. To me, it's new to me. He's shorting based on macro.
Yeah.
He shorted Costco on macro because that's all he wanted to talk about. It wasn't nothing in his thesis about shorting Costco was about the company itself. He was just citing like consumer like inflation, JPOW, like all this stuff like that. He does it again here. And then I know his Tesla short was about like the consumer, nothing about the company itself. So here we are again for a third time. So I don't know if he's created this new era of macro thematic shorting, but it's not going well. And he always like at the bottom, he's just like he has to cope and say, I don't care. If it fails, then who cares? Okay, then why are you doing it in the first place? So now we're in entertainment zone again.
Yeah.
This is all just for entertainment. I have never. I want Gil to hear this. Gil, I have never in my life shorted an index or calls on an index. Like that's clownery. Like are we in the business of analyzing companies and investing in companies or not? Like what type of edge do you have saying, oh, QQQ is going to get slammed? Like I know it. Or SPY's going up. How the F do you know any of that? I thought we were in the business looking at companies and financials. No. We're gonna just make up a bunch of hoopla here. But he's getting eyeballs right now, right? We're talking about it. So he succeeded. So
He picked some of the
now
most
he even made it worse. So he buys calls on a triple leverage short ETF.
Yes. Which
So how many layers of margin have we gotten to? Triple plus a call. 4, 5, 6.
And he picked like the weirdest expiration date.
I know,
Like,
and this is like the Paul thing again. Paul had a thesis, which we thought was stupid, but then his execution on that thesis of Nvidia is overvalued, debatable thesis, and then how he was going to play it
yes,
was even
yeah,
the dumbest way you could possibly play. If you did believe Nvidia was overvalued, you
yeah,
would never do what Paul did. So it's almost like here I'm looking at this, I'm like, if you did believe in what he's saying, this is a terrible way to play it. Calls on a triple leverage shorts ETF. So this is just entertainment. That's all it is. Which is sad because people paid him real money for access to this,
yeah.
and psychology of money, whatever he wants to call it. All this bullshit that he'll tell you how to be an investor. This is not being an investor. This is just pure gambling clownery. Though you paid good money for this, people that follow him. So it's a shame. It's just like I look at this stuff. We need inflation to collapse Wednesday. That would be so amazing. Oh yeah, because going into a great, huge recession is so amazing for the US. Wow. That's just great. We should all wish for the US economy to collapse. There you go, Kevin. Job uncertainty is rising. Oh my God. Guess what? I work at the Department of Labor. Unemployment has never been so low historically as right now. So this is nonsense. Unemployment claims are starting to move up. Yes, move up very, very slightly. Again, historically low unemployment. So this is, again, he's just picking pieces of data to validate what he's saying, but it's nonsense. Lead indicators are hiring crowd. He just creates indicators and then he says they're leading indicators. And then whatever his fear and greed. Yeah, the fear and greed index. I've heard this shit before. This is all nonsense. So it's no value. And then I had to put this in from today. So wait, was there a date on this? No.
No, darn.
This was from a few days ago, so it's
Okay.
not today, people. But yeah, it's not I would say it's probably not going well. So
The expression "a bull market climbs a wall of worry."
NASDAQ, I had to take a photo because of what perfect headline. NASDAQ set for closing record high. How you like that? So anyways,
Yeah.
I want to point this out too. So this is
Hey!
extra.
Good old Sven.
Sven does this. So he put this video out 3 days ago.
Mhm.
So let me look at it. I think it was at the end. Here it is. So he got some shit on this. So his return for the last like 6 years, 9.8%. So
Let's go.
if you bought the S&P 500, your average return in the same time period is 13%. So, and this also includes his portfolio. I was told, Chris told me that he sold his whole portfolio at some point to reset it. So I've never done that before. Let me just say that I've been investing for over 20 years. I've never sold my entire portfolio and reset. What is this nonsense? But again, he's I talked about this before. He's a value investor and he buys like micro cap penny stocks from emerging markets. I've seen him talk about like nonsense like that. So it's just like we want to pretend we're value investors so we can, wrap ourselves in Warren Buffett. But then the truth is he's a degenerate, like friggin' emerging market nano cap clown to me. Some of the stuff that he invests in. So you can underperform with his research. So people in the comments like let him have it, unless he deleted some of the comments. I hear it. Sven is a reliable underperformer. Furthermore, he sold his portfolio 1 year ago. Really bold to brag about your performance here. So
What? None of us here want to underperform and pay tax.
Oh, this is a good one. You have to admit the Boglehood strategy advocated by Jack Bogle and Warren Buffett is superior to what you advocate as a strategy. I don't think Buffett is a Boglehead. Well, Buffett was the 90-10 because I have clips of that. He said 90% SPY, 10% like cash assets.
Yeah.
Which when I ran the numbers, actually, your rate of return is almost exactly the same, and it does take some of the volatility off the table.
Yeah.
And so I mean, more power to Warren Buffett. I have a video on that for people. But
because he advocated like for the other average person, not necessarily for himself, obviously.
yeah,
Research shown, but
he seemed to lit the negative comments up here though.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
at
maybe
least.
what does he give a shit, right? He's getting his income from his research platform.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's why I always say, like, you got your core index holdings, and then you can make some speculation in your core competencies, which you don't need to pay someone for research because they're your core competencies. They should be things you're aware of in your either you or your friend group or something should give you an edge. You don't need someone's research platform.
Yep.
Like, I think my brother gives me an edge because he's an HVAC engineer, and that's why I've crushed my carrier investments. So a lot of it's due to him. It's not even me.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's almost doubled. So I thought that was funny with Sven. I was like, I don't. I already did a video on value investing. I mean, people go watch it. It was like a few weeks ago. Just I thought like what they call these YouTubers are calling value investing something that is not value investing. If you go look at what was value investing in the past, this is not, they're not doing it. They've created a new thing and it's totally different. Like what Sven tells you is value investing is not what was in the Intelligent Investor that I found. He just created like he used this term like low risk, high upside investing. That's not part of value investing from back then. I don't know. It's just all nonsense. There was no low risk term in there. Sven Carlin.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. June asked.
Never actually heard of him.
About.
I don't. People send clips. I can't stand his videos. Are so boring. People today do low PE investing and call it value investing.
That pretty much.
That was what I got
yeah.
to. My point. Again, that's not what value investing was historically. If when you actually read some of the articles from the 70s and the original writings, and I actually watched some interviews of Benjamin Graham, and I read some of the transcripts of his interviews. They're not on YouTube. You can find like in economic papers, like interviews he did from the 70s and 60s. Like this was not part of value investing, what they do on YouTube. It's just a lot of nonsense. This whole like, the idea of buying dirt cheap companies. I don't understand. I don't think you're going to perform well doing stuff like this. So, all right.
Yep.
Is that we've nailed those?
Yeah.
So, day trading is nonsense. Technical analysis is nonsense. Meet Kevin is nonsense.
Yeah, I've noticed though, like amongst the technical analysis people, like whatever they espouse, there's almost always another technical analysis person that's like, "You're wrong."
Yeah, and then when they fail, when technical or when these day traders fail, they always are like, I wasn't disciplined enough, right? I didn't read the indicators well enough to succeed. It's like, dude, you're gambling. What do you mean how you failed? You're gambling every day on the stock market. You failed because you lost your gambles. Like, I don't know why this is so hard. Like, it'd be like going to the casino and like you lose your money playing roulette and you're like, I didn't read the marble correctly. You know, I should have touched the felt to understand which direction it was going. Then I would have like, you lost because the marble didn't fall in the number you wanted. It's the same with day trading.
Yeah.
But they got excuses and they want to teach you how to lose money with them. So it's funny. Anyways, all right.
Good times. Good times.
I think there's only one thing left, Ulta, right?
Yep. Becky stocks. Quote unquote Becky stocks.
Becky stock. Boom. Oh, we better hurry up because someone told me that my videos are too long,
Oof.
which is funny. Fabio and me laugh when people say that. We laugh because it's like, what do you want on YouTube? Like, no, they want 5-minute clips of you saying what stocks you're interested in. Are you buying it? Are you not? What's your buy price or your sell price? And then they want you to shut the F up. Because it's like we saw the comments. People are like, your videos are too long, and a lot of ums and silence, like when we had discussions on certain
Oh yeah,
videos.
yeah.
It's like that it's a bunch of people talking about an investment. What do you think happens? A lot of that silence is just people thinking, or Jesse's trying to run numbers. It's just funny. They attach like people online attach like quality of investor to like your presentation. So if you're quick-witted, if you're fast talker, if you've got the cool graphics, you're obviously a better investor. But the truth is like someone like Jesse is one of the greatest investors I've ever seen. Jesse's freaking crushes it. I think his investments, Andrew and Fabio. So
Yeah.
what,
Oh, like it.
what you're gonna critique him because he pauses like talking? Like you
Yeah.
sound like what the fuck's wrong with you? But
No, because like I will point out the people that do have really really cool and sexy production quality, oftentimes are a little bit scammy. Anyone else like kind of notice that? Just
yeah,
a
did you
little,
ever think
a little.
people that they have really top-notch content ability on YouTube because they want to just be content creators? They don't really give a shit about investing. They want to be content creators. They've chosen investing as the path to being on YouTube. So do you ever think that's why they have really slick freaking graphics? Like, but somehow you think that means that they know how to invest because they're not just some bald auditor with StreamYard. I did pay for StreamYard though. So anyways,
Yeah,
so do you want groundbreaking news?
groundbreaking. Let's do this.
I bought Ulta. I hid
Ooh.
it from all of you.
Oh no.
I didn't say it. Did I say it anywhere? I don't think I said it.
I don't think so.
No, I didn't,
No,
but
no. Uh, that
I'm
being
interested.
said, though, yeah. You bought Ulta. Why?
I made money on it before. So
Hmm.
was this the time? I think it was here. It got crushed. I know. Yeah, it was here. I know. I remember the chart. It got crushed on the theft issues in
Yeah.
2023.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we did
I
content
thought
on
it
that.
was severely punished
Yeah.
unfairly, and I
Hmm.
bought it pretty heavily. And it just like a switch, boom, almost went right up to 500. Like I think it was only a few weeks later.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that was a little bit of a rush back. So I had not
It was.
intended to flip it so fast, but the market,
Yeah.
market does what it does and doesn't care about your timing. So I got out, which actually worked out because then it kind of traded sideways.
Hmm.
It wasn't so interesting. And I kind of lost track of it at the end of 2023.
Yeah.
So, but
Other
now
important.
it's interesting again. So,
Hmm.
like, I don't follow all these things constantly. A lot of times it pops up somehow, and then it's like, oh yeah, that I remember that. But oh, look at where it is now. Um, but this is just an interesting company, and I wouldn't mind owning another because I've got Home Depot, Tractor
Hmm.
Supply.
Hmm.
I kind of want a non construction related company for retail. I was
Okay.
hoping it would be ASO,
Yeah.
which kills me. We were right.
Oh
We were
no, it's
right.
been drifting down. It's been drifting down. Take
We
like
were
go ahead.
right.
Hmm.
All you could anybody here, you can go watch my videos with Bacon. All 2023.
Yeah.
Every live stream, I swear to God, we were like watching ASO, and I'm like, as soon as we get an inkling of the rate hike stopping, jump into ASO because it was so dirt cheap, and that was a obvious retail play. I wanted to get into sporting goods, and before they even announced the halt of retail or of rate climbs, the stock already went from 40 to 60. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. Um, is it going back now? No,
It's been trickling down. Yeah, because I've been quietly accumulating it. So like I've been nibbling.
dude, it was right. Like we were
So
watching it this
yeah.
whole like I was watching it and watching it, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
like, I know we're getting to the end of rate increases. I'm like, as soon as we kind of feel like that's ended, I'm like, this is a home run.
Yeah. I
And
know
then it was
I wanted
crazy
lower
because
too,
like
but
it just ran. And I remember the rate, I think it was in December, Jay
mhm,
Powell announced no more rate hikes. The thing already ran up so much. I was like, you
mhm.
gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I've been
I mean,
nibbling.
it kept going though. So, but if
Yep.
that's a different
Yeah,
thesis. So,
so it's just one of those things probably worthy of keeping on the radar because I just small little nibbles for me.
but I look at Ulta and I
Yep.
think this is a quality company. So
Mhm,
here we are. So this is a moment, right? Home Depot and CVS got here. Here now, Ulta's got here.
mhm,
Big retailer, successful, grew, did everything right, dominate US. So now we're at the point where it's an inflection point. We've grown the entire, US storefront. There's really not much more growth in the US. What do you do? And that's probably that's from reading the transcripts from the earnings. It's like they have not really had a great answer. And that's why it got punished from my perspective. So we've talked about this before. CVS, what did they do? When they got to the point, there's no more CVSs to be built in the US. It makes no sense. Okay, we can we can start buying, we can start vertically integrating, right? Or horizontally integrating. We can start doing mergers and buying other drugstores,
mhm.
which they did. They did
Yep.
that for a while. Then they started to vertically integrate different types of healthcare, right? So instead of going into other countries, that's what they started to do. They just started merger acquisition to death, and it's not done well. Then you look at what Home Depot did. Home Depot went to Canada for a little while, and then they decided, nah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to work on being the best Home Depots that we can. So increasing efficiencies in the stores, new product offerings slowly, buying back share, giving lots of capital back to shareholders. So they went that direction. I think it's been a screaming success, their decision. Um, and now they're going to buy a wholesaler. So now they're vertically integrating, um, which is different. But so what does Alta do? What do you do? So
Mm,
that's, I think, part of the reason why it got punished, let's call it. I think management kind of is wishy-washy on what the next step is. I don't think they had a good answer in the earnings, and I think that's kind of why it's gone down. So now they were going to go into Canada. Lockdown hit, that certain thing hit the world, the virus hit us, and they pulled back from that plan. And now they're going in a new direction of Latin America expansion, starting in Mexico,
yeah.
um, which I like more than Canada, actually. So you're at the point where growth in the US is going to be anemic. It's not even about growth, it's almost just defending their territory in the
Yeah.
US. So if this is the way they're going to do this, um, do we believe in the Latin America growth story? And at the valuation they are, I'm willing to give it a little bit of a shot. So
Okay.
it's
So you're
it's not that expensive. So
thinking thinking it's a reasonable risk reward growth story with possibly Mexico and really more so efficiencies is what you're
mm,
thinking.
it doesn't have to be more efficient.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Now,
Just overly punished.
wouldn't we all like a business that is growing rapidly, double digit growth, and getting better margins?
Oh, sure,
We would
but
all sure, I fucking take that every day.
yeah, yeah.
Guess what? Those businesses are like 85 PE. Everyone wants those businesses.
Yeah, yeah.
So here you got a business. What if you get expansion in Latin America, but then if margins start to creep down a bit because they're expanding, so that comes at a cost. Um, so you got to take your poison. Which one do you want? If you want both, good luck. Everyone wants both. So the question to me now is if Latin America is the way, how successful do they need to be at the valuation they're at? Mm, do they have to do they just have to succeed, or does it have to be a screaming success in Mexico and beyond? So that's the unknown. Which I would rather that story than Starbucks growing in China. I'll be honest with you.
Mm.
I like this better.
So
So
not Estee Lauder.
no. Well, I've never really looked at Estee Lauder. I don't want to get
It's
into it.
just had like violent swings, so it's
Yeah, that thing's a terror, man. I don't know
yeah,
about that.
yeah. EL, good old EL.
So we can look at so here's like revenues of cosmetics, beauty care in Mexico.
Hmm.
So Mexico, you see?
Yep.
It's not like a screaming huge increase, but it is growing. Okay.
Mhm.
So I think that I read 6-7% growth CAGR in
Oh,
beauty cosmetics in Mexico.
alrighty.
They have Sephora's in Mexico already, but they're not like really in Mexico. I think it said 40 Sephora locations in Mexico, and they're like higher end than Ulta. So they're partnering with another company to go into Mexico. So it's a growing market, not screaming growth, but
Yeah.
we're kind of past that point with Ulta as a
Yeah.
business. So
You could
I
go
look at
with
it, can they be successful?
yeah.
That's why it's at a 15 forward PE at this point. Um, so like it's almost like I remember people like hated Tractor Supply.
Mm,
People brutalized me for Tractor Supply for probably 2 years now on different places, which I love it because they're all wrong. So they've all been wrong. And everyone that hates me about Tractor Supply as an investment, a core holding are wrong. So the stock just keeps going up. But you can't take like your valuation tools for a tech. I think a lot of people struggle online is that a lot of people on YouTube are tech investors. They won't admit it, but they are. If you
yeah.
look at their holdings, they really are tech investors. And retail companies are not tech investments. They don't have to grow as fast. Like retail companies are about stability in management decisions, keeping the debt manageable, slow, controlled growth that's sustainable, um, and being able to survive hard times. That's what retail's about. It's not about screaming growth, right?
Yeah.
Dump money into anywhere you can grow. It's a different valuation. And they've been wrong about Tractor. I someone called Tractor Supply a value trap. I was like, that's
What?
it's the exact opposite of a value trap. You could totally want to if you want to tell me it's overvalued for the growth that they have, that's fine. You want to make that call, but call it a value trap. Yeah, it's kind of odd. But so just like to me, it's like a lot of people just shouldn't even invest. If this is how you think, then maybe you shouldn't invest in retail companies to start with. Because if Ulta is like, yeah, we're gonna get like 6-7% growth, I mean, that might be fine, right?
Mm,
For where they are. But so okay, Mexican Beauty, there's what I was gonna show. 6%. Nothing's blowing your socks off about this,
no.
but at the valuation it is.
Yeah.
Um, we could get a good one. So I don't want to go too much. I feel like I'm doing a pitch right now.
It's all good. Let's see here. So no to Estee Lauder. Yes to Ulta. Starbucks.
I have no
That's
opinion
a
on Estee Lauder. I should.
okay. That's fair. That's fair. No opinion on Estee Lauder, but Starbucks. Some people may say that is a Becky stock, and it did go down.
I still don't like.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just
there's
so
no
big.
action. There's no action plan. Like, what's the action plan? He said it in the Kramer interview.
Yeah.
So you know what their action plan is? The only thing I could gauge from that interview and from like their presentation, the only
Mhm.
thing I could see is they were going to offer coupon deals on their app, where they were going to offer promotional deals of like mixing a drink and a food item on the app to like spur activity, like promotional. I was like, that's it, like that's what you're going to do. Like, bro, that's not an action plan. Come on. And then Schultz is screaming at them to revamp the stores. I'm like, okay, so that's what they need to do. Dump a bunch of more money into freaking modernizing stores more. So that's your solution, more debt. They don't have any easy answers. I would say close some stores that are less efficient, get your same store sales up, get the balance sheet in order. So I don't know. But that's the other thing about Ulta. Ulta doesn't have any debt, which that's what kills
Ah,
retail companies die on debt. Like a
yeah.
lot of these companies, if people like what kills retail, like Sears,
Mhm.
Toys R Us, Joanna Fabrics, just what kills them all? Debt.
That
That's
yeah.
really it. They keep modernizing. New management comes in. They do a modernization refresh of the stores, and they don't have cash flow to pay off this debt. It just becomes a snowball, and they just even if they're a good operation, it's done. Like they can't sustain themselves after a while. That's what happened to Toys R Us, which is kind of sad. debt decisions they made long time ago, and they just never dealt with it.
Mhm.
So, um, so,
But
so
yeah.
like, but I should say Ulta, like their guiding profitability will decrease this year
Mhm.
to the lower end of their guidance. So, that's not great. Nothing will blow your socks off. So, but that doesn't have to me at this
Yeah.
value. They just has to do. They have to just be. They just not have to fail, I guess,
Mhm.
in Latin America.
Yeah,
We'll see.
because just about every single company that is broad consumer base facing, like they're all saying the same thing as far as like consumer weakness, and we're concerned about it. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then there's
maybe
like
it's
the
an
lipstick
overreaction.
effect where people could there's a there's a theory out there
Mhm.
that in recessions, people will go from their higher end luxury items to like cheaper, more affordable luxury items. So, I guess if you lose your job, maybe you can't afford your Coach purse, but you can go buy some makeup at Ulta. Um, or maybe, yeah, you know, Sephora is a higher end cosmetic than Ulta. So hopefully they don't go to Elf on a shelf. So I would not touch that thing. But
Oh,
it's
not
doing well
touching
for other
off.
people. No. It's a Jeremy. That's a Jeremy precious stock. I'll pass on that
Hey,
one.
that have the same viewpoints as you when it comes to Elf.
Yeah. But I've been in enough Altas. Like I've never been in a rundown Alta that I
Oh,
felt needed to be totally refreshed. I've been to probably 20 of them because my
alrighty.
wife goes to them, and I don't think they have some need for massive refreshing of their stores. I've looked online for like examples of like Altas that need to be refreshed or like look terrible. So I don't think that there's a problem with that.
Mhm.
Um, it's more just products. And then there's some comments I think from the CEO talking about like people are spending less on cosmetics, but I don't know. I don't believe that. I think it's trending upwards.
Yeah.
So there were people saying that cosmetics sales were going to go down because of AI filters. I'm like, I think it'd be the opposite. People care more, but so what time? Oh man, we're at 1 hour 15
Yep.
minutes.
Yep. Any other remarks? Because I could wrap it up with my usual questions.
Becky Quick is the only Becky.
He is consistent, if he is nothing else.
UK Warren Buffett.
Yep.
Michael is a shining star of Beckyisms. The Becky index is fucking hit her. Oh my god. What else we got here? Too much China exposure.
Yeah, I think she was referencing Estee Lauder.
Do you
Because
remember
I
when?
agree with
Okay,
Fox
you
on that.
remember when I said I bought yen?
Oh yeah. How did that do? How's that been going? Because I
Yeah.
think you said it was a speculative trade.
See. I don't show stuff, but you can attest that I've said I've done this stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes I show the group, but
Hmm. Yeah, because it wasn't 1 year ago that
so
you
I
bought it.
bought it when it was
Uh,
like $16. I think it was Jesus, it was like February. Yeah, it was over here.
yeah.
I bought it in February, remember, for like, well, you don't
Hmm.
really, it was $16 when I bought it because that was when China was like bottoming and worst news possible.
Hmm.
And then Paul's like, I'm gonna buy Baba again. Ooh. And I'm like, I will play a degenerate country the way it should be played with a degenerate investment tool, which doesn't rely on one specific Chinese company because they're all fake. So it was just kind of a play on like the momentum of China, people thinking it was at the bottom, right? And it would continue to accelerate.
Hmm.
So here we go. It's at almost, it actually went to 30 today briefly.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I thought I was going to, I had said originally in my head, I was going to sell it at 30. Um, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I might sell it tomorrow. It was only
Yeah.
like a few $1,000s, but so I have made more on China than Paul Gabriel because he's just lost a shitload of money on Baba. Like, why would you take like why would you take individual company risk for China? Is what I don't understand. I honest to God don't. If you're really bullish on China, then buy a triple leverage China investment, the swing trade it. I
He
don't understand why you would buy this company that got again wrecked today, probably
The,
because their fake financials made people like upset. But
the man doubled down too, like because he
they won't
like
let this one die. This is the
no,
value. This is the value trap of value traps. This
yeah,
this really is. This is it. This is the one that breaks their brain because their value models and everything they think is value investing, but it's really not. It can't handle this stock. They look at this stock, it's such a screaming buy in their model that they're broken. All these people have lost so much money, these value investors. You're like, the cash flows, bro. It's so cheap. It's like you just keep getting wrecked on it and wrecked on it. And then Paul, sells for a tax loss. Then he changed his return to say he was only down 7%, which was such bullshit. But here it is. It's their albatross. It's their Moby Dick, right? Their white whale. They can't let it go. This is the white whale of value investors on YouTube. They're like, it's so cheap. Look at it. It's a 10 PE. Do you know the cash flow? It's like you have no access to the cash flow. You own
yeah.
none of it.
It's like
Cash flow is zero. You own none of it. That's what it is. Zero.
Yeah.
Model zero.
It's like eventually people realize, oh, ownership structures matter.
It's freaking stupid. China. I've never believed in it. So, have we smashed it off? Are you going to buy Ulta?
I'm
or Starbucks?
Probably not for either. If there is more pain, I'll consider it more just because I'm looking at ASO. If I had to pick, I'm leaning towards Ulta, but
ASO's kind of sailed on me. I don't know if it got back into the 40s.
Yeah. Hopefully, it keeps drifting that way.
I want it dirt cheap because it's not a great business. It's a good business.
Mhm.
So I want a great price for it. But
but yeah, this one I was happy with because I was able to fully size.
How much crap did we get for this one?
A lot.
This was a lot more than normal. Well, I got shit about Tractor Supply, killing it. I got shit about Carrier, that's crushing it. People gave me shit about this one. I'm like, you guys don't learn. Okay, you don't learn, but it's okay. And they're like, well, it's only gone up like 6%. It's like, well, it yields 12.
Yep.
So on a market return, it's trending very well. So okay. Again, it's tech. It's these tech investors. They can't understand anything else on YouTube. Everything is looked at through the lens of a tech investment to a lot of YouTube people, not just the creators, but like people that comment. These are people that invest in like QQQ and they comment. So I see the comments. They invest in that and Salesforce and Palantir. So stuff like this breaks their brain. They don't understand. Same with Tractor Supply. So
yeah. Oh, there's plenty of ways to get like healthy, respectable percentages. Like I'm hesitant to say the name Build-A-Bear, but silly looking awkward retail company that well, not retail, but
that was the greatest trade out of the lockdown, I think.
Surprisingly,
I think it beat Crocs, right?
I
think it was better than Crocs even.
Like full and fair disclosure, I got in at the tail end because when it came across my metaphorical desk, one of the pitches for it was effectively no debt, like minimal debt, depending on how you want to view capital leases. And yeah, like it's still plugging along. Like it's not awful returns, which is surprising. But
I know you said I should do an international episode. I feel so inadequate talking about international. I just know what I don't want to be in an international. It's like talking about what I know I don't want to be in Canada, emerging markets, and China. So that's pretty much what I do. It's pretty much everything else other than those.
yeah.
But the emerging market thing, because I think it's unimpressive results, and I'm older than all of you. I don't have as much time. I don't have 40 years, so I don't believe in the story within the next 15 years. I don't believe in any emerging market theory or thesis. And then China and Canada are a bunch of commies. So
Yeah, and people really should be careful if they go the index route. Like for example, with your play on yin, you understood what you were getting into.
It's totally a
Whereas
swing trade. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Whereas if someone were like, "I want a France ETF," and it's like, "Do you want a France ETF or a luxury fashion
Like,
ETF?"
China was so remember when China I remember in February, man, people were thinking the country was gonna collapse, doom and gloom, and I'm
Mm,
like, "Okay, I don't believe in China really, but, this what is out there right now, it's kind of a compelling investment because it's so friggin' like, yin was $14 at one point."
mm,
Um, but, that's another example though, because that wasn't, it's a triple leverage fund. People can't handle that volatility, man. Like, that's why I think options are, Gil wants to. I still think options are a terrible idea for a lot of people because you can't handle it. Lots of people out there.
yeah,
Um, I just don't look.
yeah. Because like if you say something like, for example, when I mentioned Build a Bear, like
The
I'm
Becky
underallocated.
index. Wait, so
Uh,
what is the Becky index? Is it official,
oh,
or is it just people?
I
Just
thought
everyone has their own opinion on it.
I thought there was, but I'm very confident that everybody has their own opinion on it for sure.
I mean, I could make my own Becky index. I don't know.
Uh,
Um,
I don't know, but this is where we get canceled, Dan.
it's. I think it's okay. Is this the Becky index?
Adobe? Why? What?
Adobe, Apple,
Okay.
Chipotle. Okay, this is old. I don't believe
Yeah,
this.
that's old. That has to be old.
I indexed Becky so you don't have to. What? Okay. Yes,
I'm
I
not
think
even
everyone
seeing that.
has their own opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it would be Lululemon, Starbucks, Ulta.
Ulta.
I would agree.
Uh, I forgot Sephora, its own company or no? Like
That's
publicly
Louis.
traded.
Yeah, it's part of
LVMH.
LVMH.
Okay. LVMH. Yeah, that sure. Why not? Um. Ooh, is
You know what? It
Olaplex?
seems to be the same over and over again. Apple, Disney, Etsy, Lululemon, Planet Fitness, Starbucks, Target. I forgot Target. Ulta. I
I-
mean, I don't disagree with this except for Apple.
Olaplex Holdings. They're still publicly traded. Granted, they haven't been doing too hot for quite some time, but yeah, shout out Olaplex.
I don't think this would have done well over the last 5 years. Apple would have carried this. Lululemon, I mean,
Yeah,
Target's getting better now.
yeah, yeah. Target's been
I guess
recovering
he's saying at the point of
nicely as well.
this May 2020, it was appealing.
Mm,
But the Becky index is down a little bit, recently. It's kinda got beat up, some of these companies.
yeah,
Yeah. The Becky index. Stuff like that is hilarious. Oh, this is not the time to get into that one.
oh, I'd go.
Adobe. See, I'm not so quick-witted about this stuff. I have to think about it.
Yeah,
I don't think okay, this is the only thing I can think about. I don't think I have said this before. I don't think Adobe has a moat. And a lot of their valuation is based on everyone else thinking they do have a moat with developers. So to each their own, I suppose. Um, and it's tricky because like, will AI help or hurt their business? Because I've
mhm,
heard people talk either way. They can do really good with AI, or AI could just crush their design business. The one thing that's probably in their favor is the current laws where AI created art is not you can't trademark it, right?
mhm,
Or copyright it. So
yeah,
AI created stuff unless you have um unless you have like the data, the rights to the data. So if Adobe is secured, the data that they can use to train their AI tools, that could be a competitive advantage, I guess. But man, this stuff is like, who knows at this point? There's going to be lawsuits about this stuff in the future. AI created products and then trademarks and copyrights and patents. It's all
yeah,
going to have to come to a head because
mhm,
it's supposed to be a creation of humans. Um, the laws are written that way, so it's not. It's going to be like we'll have to see. Like as of right now, if you create if you create an AI created photo, you don't own the rights to it. You can't because you didn't create it, right? And that's how the laws are written. So, and I know some people there are court cases where they're saying, well, a human created the software to create the art, so it should be an extension of the software. It's like that's not the way they've looked at it
No,
yet.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because like there's already been like algorithms that have made songs. So
the future is agricultural robots. Yes, I am very involved
John
in that.
Deere, or not John Deere, or yeah,
Agco.
yep.
I'm basically out of John Deere for the most part. So just picked my horse. We are borderline a cult for BTI. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, but like
Well, there's the cultists and then there's the rebels. No one's in the middle either. It's like no one's just like, yeah, I'm indifferent. It's like literally, it seems like everyone's like, I bought BTI or you guys are a bunch of idiots. So, which is fun.
for the price, like
It's
I thought
BTI or nothing.
it was worth an allocation.
I was surprised you followed. I did it for vacation money, but then I want to make money too. Like, even if it's for vacation money, I still want to make good investments. So
I was hoping that I could just keep nibbling all of the long day, and then as soon as I saw signs of buying back, I'm like, gotta size it, gotta size it.
how dare you? Fair valued. BTI is tech. It's SaaS. Oh, fucking God. SaaS. I saw someone
Smoking
that,
as
how
a
do you
service.
value a SaaS business? I'm like, really? Like, I'm the one you're going to ask that to? Are you kidding me? I don't know. Good luck valuing a SaaS business because they just like self-destruct. It's, a lot of them just blow up at some point and you don't even know what happened. It's like, because there's
Yeah.
no, when I hear people say moat with a SaaS business, man, I'm just like dead inside. It's software. Like Microsoft is beyond a SaaS company, so that doesn't count.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
'Cause
BTI is a cloud company. Man, I wish I could give you a super chat back. That's hilarious. It's the best comment ever. The cloud company. It really is. See, we are in tech. Smooth, bold tech. Full flavored tech, right? Flavor country. Or they can't be flavored anymore.
oh yeah, yeah.
Where's Gil? I need my boy stand up to Mr. Rules for thee, not for me.
Thanks,
Wait,
Andrew.
I'm not gonna get into that right now. Capital Mindset. Jeremy bought it a month or two ago. Oh, they're talking.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, their live chat went for a
All
wild
right, I'm
ride.
scrolling down. I'll have to end this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get comments that it's too long. Although I will timestamp it.
Yeah. That one was a wild moment there.
I really didn't like VT like a while, like 2 years ago. I don't know. I was just being sassy, I guess. But then it's like, who cares? It works and it makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about what you can sustain. I mean, with investing, with retail investors, this is what can you buy and just not look at it,
Yeah.
So I mean, shit, my retirement funds are basically VT at this point. My retirement, my wife's retirement, my kids' college funds, basically, well, they're like close to VT as I could make them, except I didn't put like small cap, but they're like mid large cap US, and then the international choices suck. You just pick whichever. You have two options usually. So I'm basically VT in a lot of ways. Still trying to avoid China and emerging markets.
Yeah.
I do, anyways. Oh my God, these comments! I'm never gonna end these.
Nah, this is what happens when you get like over 50
73.
viewers.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
yeah. The view
I
count.
didn't
The
even
numbers.
monetize the video, man. We're about to end this. I don't know if people. Holy crap! You guys are funny as hell. I think half of this is probably just bots watching me.
Nah,
Kevin's
I have more faith in that.
Okay, we could do we could go to 2 hours, I guess. Do you remember that Matt Darren guy that we kind of made fun of?
I think
Or I
so.
did and then Strongman did too?
Yeah.
He did a valuation video on Crocs, if you wanna watch it.
Oh, sure. Why not? No, my
We are like
biggest
the official
holding.
Crocs, fan club of the YouTubes.
Yeah, it just grew into the largest holding in the active port. So why not?
Okay, let me find it. Okay. We're not gonna watch it's 17 minutes. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but
Yeah.
okay. So for the record, my video, I was just like the way he invests, I just don't think you're gonna do well, and it's just kind of waste of time. He
Mhm.
just buys a lot of large quality, companies out of the S&P 500,
Yeah.
random weightings. But this was interesting because this was actually he did a video on Crocs, which I would consider a worthwhile speculation stock, actually. That could give you an edge if you had like a core of indexes. This is something you could have a small, shot at, I think. When we all think that.
Yeah.
So we joke 200 or bust, but it's kind of what I'm thinking. Because if it gets to 200, it's like doubled, right? So if it gets to 200, that's doubled within 5 years. That's a freaking great investment.
Mm.
But let's see what he has to say. So
All those ugly rubber or plastic or whatever they're made of
yeah,
things
that's right. Make
that
the
I
joke.
thought would
We
never
all
last, but are now a
let's go to the
footwear
actual.
and accessories brand that sells its products in about 85 countries through wholesalers, retail stores, e-commerce sites, and third-party
We
marketplaces.
get it.
Crocs has
Okay, we
so
go
that
here.
amount may be partial or prorated. Now, if we take a look at their revenue growth, we see that Crocs
This chart is so dumb. I don't know why he even showed it on Seeking Alpha. Any of the charts on Seeking Alpha that have these sector scores, I don't never look at them. They make no sense. Like they
Yeah.
provide no value. You can say whatever you want, but no opinion.
We'll just keep going.
All right, we'll keep going.
Crocs is showing a revenue growth of just under 37%. But that actually has a lot to do with the Hey Dude acquisition in 2022, so it's a little bit skewed. But even ignoring the Hey Dude acquisition, organic growth for Crocs brand from 2021 to 2022 was 15%. And for the most recent quarter, June 2023, year-over-year growth for Crocs brand was 14%. Now, when you include Hey Dude, revenue growth is only up 11% year over year, as they've had some slowing demand from wholesalers. While overall growth has been good, growth internationally, especially in Asia, has been even better. Asia revenues grew 39% in the most recent quarter, with China revenues increasing over 100% ahead of their expectations. The Crocs management team sees Asia as a long-term growth driver for the brand. Now, when we look at the breakdown of sales,
That was good that he covered that
Mhm.
because we're all aware of that. A lot of their story is China, actually,
Yep.
which again we're not total China haters,
No.
but I think this is a more compelling China thesis than Starbucks. To
Yeah,
me.
selling to China rather than selling
Yeah,
in China.
selling ugly rubber shoes to China rather than coffee in China to customers where are we even sure that Starbucks is the premium coffee brand and do Chinese even care about it?
Yeah.
So I think it's not the same.
channels by product segment, we see it breaks down like this. Wholesale accounts for about 55% of their total revenues. Crocs percent from 2021 to 2022, but up 25% in June 2023 on a year-over-year basis. Hey Dude direct to consumer is up 30% in that same time as well.
matters.
And if we take a quick look at free cash flow, Crocs free cash flow growth has been solid, even taking into account the Hey Dude acquisition. Free cash flow was up over 2 times year over year with the most recent quarter and up 27% on the trailing 12 months versus the previous 12-month period. And with that in mind, let's take a look at Crocs profitability. Now, Crocs margins are very good across the board in relation to their sector medians as well as their own 5-year averages. Gross margin is at
It's just funny because would he even say this is a positive if there wasn't a readily accessible chart on Seeking Alpha to tell you Crocs margins against the sector? Because he's like, oh, this is a positive. Their margins against the sector is better. It's like, but if this chart didn't exist on Seeking Alpha, I don't think he would have created this to tell you that. It's just easy to say because it's on Seeking Alpha. But am I being too critical?
I Yeah. Using one data aggregator is a crutch for this long.
All right, Bacon's out of here. Everyone, tell him.
Oh.
Dead
No,
to me.
no, no.
At 53.33%. The sector median's only at on gray market
West
sales,
absolutely
which
does.
we'll talk about here in a minute. So real quick, let's talk about Crocs' debt situation. Crocs has about $2.3 billion in debt versus only $166 million in cash and short-term investments. Their interest coverage ratio is also relatively low at about 5.91. And what that means is that they're heavily dependent on the cash flow that they're generating to be able to manage their overall debt position. Currently, free cash flow
Isn't any company relying on their free cash flow to pay their
Oh my
debt?
God.
What a weird
Oh
point.
my God. Yeah, what?
Global actually downgraded Crocs and their outlook to
Oh, God,
negative in
I don't give a shit what
demand or
analysts
other
think. I don't
increased
care.
customer attachment to the product, increases recurring
Gibbet.
revenue, and adds an additional revenue
Yay.
source to their core product. And the way that I look at
Rick
this
Martin.
is gibbets are kind of like the new charm bracelet that you wear in
Okay, that's a little far. Does he?
Yeah.
Is he? I thought he was my age. Okay,
Uh,
listen. Charm bracelets were massive.
mhm.
For people my age. At a certain time. To say gibbets are on that level, like literally every girl had charm bracelets. When I was in middle school, I think it was. So that's a weird comparison. Don't agree with that.
your feet, which sounds weird, but it's kind of genius because there's always new combinations. There's always fashion gets stale, and that can happen
no doubt. I
very
think the
quickly.
gibbets
And
is
risk number
smart.
3,
I
strong
wish they would make
competitors
more
and
gibbet
imitators
related
could
stuff.
severely impact their business outlook. So in addition to just general fashion trends, Justin Bieber, Bad Bunny, and
all the
Post Malone
marketing, which
have consistently sold out
we
and
always
even
say
become
that, but I don't
high-priced
think that's
items
that
on
compelling
secondary
of a
markets. And for the
sales
second risk, Crocs has tried to secure intellectual property like design patents, utility patents, and trademarks to help them deal with imitation brands. And I'm not sure how effective that strategy is.
They've had imitation brands since they've started, and
Yeah.
their sales have done just fine. That's
Yeah.
kind of and I've never Crocs has that foam, right? Nothing's come close
Crocs
to it.
foam.
I've tried the generics on.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just not the same.
because if we like look at a max chart of Crocs, like ever since IPO, like you did have a price chart that indicated fad, but they've survived, and we're here. So,
Yeah.
it's fine.
The generics story has never played out.
Mhm.
Not to me.
87 cents. Now, this is quite above the current price of about $87.99. And so anytime that I see this, I want quite above
This
the
was the
current
part that
price
caught
of
me.
$190.
His valuation is not that far from where I was. 200 or bust, right? He's
Yeah.
at 193. So
Hmm.
interesting. I've never
Yeah.
watched the whole thing. I just knew he did this video.
Yeah.
So let's go. Can we get some data? Okay, we have another middle school level DCF, it looks like.
Yeah. Kind of looks like it.
Cool.
At least you put in a reasonable terminal rate. Seems.
Oh, he's doing peer review.
Oh, okay.
In
So
this
he
case,
really likes.
so peer review is useful
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
Like, example, I heavily weighed peer review was a big part of my carrier investment because they had similar growth projections and their forward PE ratio was lower than the sector and Tran. So at the time I bought carrier, it was like 12 forward PE, I think. And Tran was at like an 18. And carrier had similar growth metrics. So I was like, peer review mattered a lot in that case, but it doesn't always matter, right? It's like there's different tools for different uses.
Yeah.
And
And
here I really don't think this is the one to look at.
Same.
Like Crocs to
Mhm.
Nike to Lululemon to Deckers.
No.
Like
I don't like it.
this is bad. I don't like this. Like this
Yeah.
is not a comparison you should be making. These are different
That's.
companies. Deckers is a diverse shoe brand. They
Mhm.
have a bunch of different brands under that umbrella. Lululemon has apparel,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I think majority of people Lulu is like, oh, apparel.
I don't understand.
Nike,
You want to
freaking
compare it
big.
to Skechers and Nike? I don't think that's the worst. Fine.
They're
But,
just so big though. Like, yeah.
so he's going off the rails. What is he doing?
Crocs is a mid-cap growth
Wait a
company,
minute.
and they're trading for a valuation that is a price to earnings under 9, a price to cash flow under 7, those are pretty low. I mean, those are pretty deep, year.
Why is this important to him?
I
That's
don't
what I want to know.
know.
Wait. So he price to cash flow and PE to gap. Is this important to him and his investment process? And if so, how?
Yeah.
He's throwing all these different like models at you, and it's just confusing. Like, this is like the 4th metric he's looked at. I'm like, this is kind of why I don't particularly post individual stock, thesis videos occasionally, but I don't know. Is he just doing this to fill out a video? That's what I was wondering. Like, they'll do a stock analysis video, and like half of it is like modeling, and I'm like, are you just doing every model to just fill time to make the video longer? You surely can't use all these models, because I don't think every investment needs 7 models.
Year and a half. If I just look at the numbers,
It's just like, is this important to Crox? Why is this metric chart important to Crox? And we just were looking at a peer-to-peer comparison. Now we're doing this.
Yeah.
I don't get where he's going. So why is it trading? Okay, why is it trading low? We all have our opinions on this, right? We think it's trading low because of the faddishness of it. And let's see, net debt position is high. Kind of. Now he did this in September.
Yeah.
Right. So
At the time,
$80. So it was not well looked at that way.
No.
At that point. Fashion industry is unpredictable. I wouldn't say it that way. I would have said our risk was that Crocs is a fad that would go away. I wouldn't just say fashion industry is unpredictable. That doesn't really tell you anything. Lots of industries are unpredictable. Like, what does that even mean? Discounters and imitators, like their whole life as a company, there's been imitation Crocs, and it hasn't seemed to prevent them from growing. So I don't understand where that comes from.
Yep.
So okay, he created some. So we created some other. So now he's good or okay.
Okay.
As okay. Now, in terms of valuation, the DCF model is over 2 times their current price, and their price to earnings and price to cash flow metrics are both under 10. So for me, valuation definitely looks good.
That's
Crocs
why.
a buy
criteria?
now? So I have Crocs as a buy, but it depends on what type of investor you are. Because Crocs is a mid-cap growth company with a beta of 1.
I would not call this a growth company necessarily.
Yeah.
It was more
the growth would be nice, but
the story was more of an I don't know. This is not a growth company though. To me, it was I would call this a quality type of thesis. Solid business, good growth, goodish balance sheet. I don't know. To call this a growth company, there's companies this size that grow 25%, CAGR.
Yeah, I like the margins and the inventory turnover ratio.
Yes.
Me personally.
Let's see. Okay, let's see.
Do you believe in them turning it around, and are you willing to take that risk or not? And so with Crocs, it's a similar story. The growth metrics look good. Even without accounting for the Hey Dude acquisition, it's still a double-digit growth company. Operational performance is okay, except for the high amount of debt, which they're aggressively paying down. And they also have a lot of competition as it relates to huge competitors.
Would you ever have thought they had competition? That was never my worry.
Yeah.
It was more, will they grow in China? That was a lot of what they told. The management said, like, their big plans are Asian expansion. So he said in the beginning of this video, management's emphasis is on Asian expansion. Now at the end of the video, he's telling you that a big worry is competition and imitators. I'm just like, we're all over the place here. Which one is it? To me, it'd be like, which one do you think is a problem, or which one? I don't know. This is just all over it's very scatterbrained.
Yeah.
And imitators. And lastly, their niche fashion trend, which history shows can go away very.
Okay, niche fashion trend is debatable because they've been around now for over a decade, and they're still doing just fine. So
quickly. And to me, that's probably why it's trading where it is. And so the question you have to ask yourself is, are you worried about those things, or do you think they're things that the business can overcome? Because if you do, but for Crocs specifically, it's in an industry that I just don't feel too comfortable about. Like, I don't want to have to and are willing to take the risks of what's out there. Financial
So he
independence.
didn't buy it,
Okay.
and he's been terribly wrong. So cool.
All that to say, no, not buying it. Okay.
So it's just like I stand. He seems like a nice guy,
Mm-hmm.
but like I don't think he's gonna be successful. He's never gonna beat the market. I don't know. He just buys, you're just gonna buy S&P companies at various weightings, like, because that's what his portfolio is. Like, this would have been a good speculation for someone trying to beat the market like he says he is. I mean, and he hit some of the points you and me saw, and
Mm-hmm.
he still didn't pull the trigger though. That's the difference. And I didn't pull the trigger at 80. I pulled it at like 110. So, and I've said before, I thought Hey Dudes was going to be a success, but yet you could see the quality of Crocs brand, even though Hey Dudes kind of came in disappointing.
And that's for now. Like it takes time for them to, because like the things that they talked about was more the back end, such as clearing out inventory channels with retailers that are kind of on the side. So it's it was fine. Like it's fine.
I think he's a guy that wants to be, again, he wants to be a content creator, and he's trying to create content for that, and he's trying to create investment stuff to give people to get eyeballs. So again, it's like he has flashy production. Okay, that's what people should have. Like, is he a content creator first, or is he an investor first? Like, because I know, like he said, he was an indexer and did really well indexing, right? And then he took all of his index out, and he's underperformed ever since. So, but he sells you, like, he has a website, he has an investment tool, and I think he had a Patreon, but I think he shut it down because nobody gave a crap. But this is funny. Like, it's easy to see like, we all think we can find grifters, right? But like, this is someone that just provides no value to me. Like, and it's probably hard for people to see because it's like, he seems like a nice guy. He seems knowledgeable. His production value is slick, but it's like, just seems like useless what he tells people. Like, I don't know. He would have been better off being S&P 500, and then he could have taken a shot at Crocs, and you would outperform the market.
Hey, that's what I did.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
you were broadly diversified, and then you took a shot at something that actually was a good speculation, and there you go. That's how you win. Like, that's how you win bacon. So, or well, or should I show it?
The
I will never do a video on this, but
but
oh my god, it's 65 now.
Jeez.
It was 70 before. So I don't know.
Yep.
I should sell it. I know I should.
This is
was funny though, because it was a speculation on a very specific drone defense technology they have. So, and it worked out really well. I'm like 3.5 or 4x on it, whatever the math is. So, I'm closer to a 10x than Tanner. You like that?
Oh wait, you're still on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because for those, with a little peek behind the curtains, you told me this one. I never made a move on this. But because I don't know, I just didn't feel like copying. But
I should sell it. I know I should. Maybe I'll have it sold tomorrow. I
Yeah,
never can help it though. It's like my little pet. But
naturally, you're hesitant to show that one for obvious reasons.
it's very small.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got a super chat thing.
They were profitable even back then. You think, oh, penny stock, it's probably garbage. I'm like, they actually were profitable, barely squeaking by. I'm like, they just need one break. The technology is interesting, and then they got a contract to do base defense. And that was the turning point. And I'm like, that's what I was hoping for. Now the big pivot, if they get bought by like Northrop Grumman or something,
that would change.
Probably would go bananas. That's what keeps me in it. The thought of some big tech company or defense company buying it, freaking, because then that could be my 10x, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's small enough.
He pumped crypto. I don't have any crypto. On God.
Oh
my goodness. What is going on?
You got a super chat though, or thingy thing.
I got a
from
super chat.
Michael. Yeah. Michael gave pretty much £2.
Hey,
Yeah, there we go.
Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
I cannot believe that says 72 people are still watching this. Are you kidding? 70? That's got to not be real. Anyways,
I'm refreshing a separate tab on it. Yeah, we still got a good number.
have Bacon and Dan discussed?
Did not. Yeah, not yet. I
Oh,
was
we got.
surprised that happened. I don't have any profound insights though, because
I would have to look into that more to say something at
Yeah.
this point. I didn't even try. I didn't want to talk about Tesla. I know we could spend 30 minutes talking about all the crap happened in Tesla. I really don't want to talk about Tesla right now. I'm like taking a break from it.
yeah,
Freaking
just all
damages
Tesla
your
talk.
brain. All the crap he's doing.
Yep.
But people want to buy it. It went up today, right?
hmm
Planet 13 is a growth stock. Oh my goodness. Who would you rather have run your investing portfolio? Wait, who are we talking?
Oh, those
next-
are.
We always get these questions. Paul, Jeremy, or Tanner? Um,
Can I just pick an index?
it was easy when you said Paul or Jeremy. I would always just say Jeremy. Tanner loses money on everything he invests in, except magically he says he's in like Nvidia and makes money on things he's never made video content on. He makes money on, but everything he puts on his channel loses money. Imagine that. Paul is hopeless.
Yeah.
Black Pit. I'd still pick Jeremy.
I lean that
Because
way.
Jeremy will hit. Jeremy can hit grand slams, and then he could also lose some money. But he can pick winners. The other two are just miserable freaking black holes. So if you even put me Kevin in there, I would probably still say Jeremy, honestly. I think if I had to pick one.
Not
if you made me say Paul or Tanner, oh my god. I'm not answering. I think they're both the worst YouTube investors. They're like on the Mount Rushmore of terrible YouTube investors. Tanner and Paul. Oh, definitely on there.
Paul, Tanner, or Kemmer.
Tanner has some just terrible investments. He's just a clownish story investor. Can't read financials. He keeps wanting to be a growth investor, which he should stop saying he's a growth investor because he just loses money. See, I don't know enough about Sven Carlin, really. I know he's underperforming the market, but at least he's not getting wrecked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least he's close to SPY. If he said 9.8,
yep,
it's close. So he's barely beating like a bank account. Is that what we're saying? Well, that's 9.8 CAGR, not total.
Yeah.
Well, it's Tanner with an O, not an E. But yeah, he's just terrible. I don't even want to give him. I'm not even going to say his channel because I don't want people to go see it. It's terrible.
It's really bad.
Just a garbage content creator.
Yeah.
All right, we're now going to watch Moxie's latest video for 30 minutes.
Hey,
critique it. She's probably like, "Bring it on." I'm like, I'm like tired, but
nah, it's all good.
Wait. Okay, what company was Tanner right about? Don't say Nvidia because he has no proof of any investments in Nvidia. He just said one day that he sold Nvidia for a bunch of money. There's no video content of it. And then he said he 10x'd a weed company. Oh wow, really like great growth investments.
Was it Nubank? I don't know if Nubank. Yeah, NU.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, but
he did talk about Nubank.
Yeah, but he probably like woefully underallocated relative to SoFi.
Wait, let me see. New stock, right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't give him credit for PayPal.
Nobody gets credit for PayPal. Is that what? Okay. 6 months. I don't know when he. I think his Nubank content's recent though.
What has PayPal been doing?
No, I know nothing about Nubank.
Yeah.
Chris Patel told him about Nubank. That's funny. Chris a good dude. I like Chris. The
Um,
only one of that crew I don't like is Tanner, really. It's just that's the I mean, he would if he hadn't sold the course,
yes,
I'd leave him
that was the
alone.
key.
As soon as
Yeah.
you sold the course, Tanner, you were done. So you were more than welcome to just be a YouTuber buying SoFi. It's just that
Yeah.
court. Shut your course down, and I will leave you alone. Like shut your course down with an apology video, saying why you have no 10x investments in your life, and it's an abomination that you have that course. He won't do it though, right?
No.
He blocked me, so
Very nice.
I didn't even say anything that mean. He used to talk to me or his people I would go on his live chats and just like shit talk SoFi. And then I think now they're butthurt that it is a terrible stock. So they just blocked me. So I at him sometimes. Again, Tanner, if you're listening, get rid of your course, do an apology video that you ever released a course. I'll leave you alone. Then you can buy all the garbage SoFi stock you ever wanted in life. It's all you. Bye. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I should end this.
Yeah. What? My usual question though. Any sort of plans for upcoming releases that the viewers can look forward to, Dan?
More ETF reviews.
Okay,
I have to
cool.
do another covered call ETF review.
Fun times.
I can see one case for why you would do a covered call ETF that does this the huge return of capital. More I've thought about it because I asked Chris a few tax questions about it. I can see like one specific type of person why it would make sense to buy those because of the return of capital tax piece. So, but it doesn't apply to 99% of us out there. And it would be more of a tax investment based on tax law than it would be on return, like market return. But they basically make no sense for most people.
Really random.
All right. That is it. This has gone on too long.
Thanks for having me on, Dan.
Should I do we'll do RoboCop because there's so many people here.
Hey.
The original outro, right? Then I got hit with the music.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I played the RoboCop music as the outro like for months, and then all of a sudden it got copyright struck by some random YouTube channel. So I attacked them back. I like defended myself saying you have no rights to this music, and then I find out they owned they owned it. It was some Italian orchestra or something.
Oh, that's funny.
So the RoboCop theme was from some like Italian orchestra, and they actually do own the rights to it. I was like, oh, silly. Okay. I could just change it. It's fine. All right. I will play it then without further ado. Thanks for watching. Oh my God, 75.
Number.
I appreciate you all, I guess, for watching me. So, if you're buying meme stocks, you're aware of what you're doing. You might get obliterated or you might go to the moon. So you could just be entertained by it tomorrow. You don't have to be part of it.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I tell people. So thanks for watching and have a good day.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
I'll buy that